serious coaxing to get me to log back in. You're like, dude, no. I can't even do that in my unrated games. If an unrated game went that long, I'd just be like, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
Yeah, sorry. Good luck. No. Always stick it out. Always fight for the victory. As Lemonade Stand have showed us here in the semifinals, we hope they will show us here in the grand finals as well. Up against Overtime. Game 1 starting out on Ascent, or on Haven, excuse me.
Yeah, especially when there's money on the line. That'll give you a little more help to actually jump back into the match after a crazy 34-round match like that last one. Having money, is kind of a you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean.
It helps to have guns.
Yes.
I would say.
Yes. So here we are jumping into Haven. So excited to see how Lemonade Stand is going to be able to handle this, because we saw Overtime on Haven last time we saw them on stream.
Yeah.
So we kind of know a little bit of what they like to do. We saw Rashura on top of Box in the middle of B there, getting a lot of picks in mid, or just watching even A short, A long. I think we saw Rashura everywhere on the map.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing of it. As a Jet, you got to be mixing up where you're going, or if you peek the same corner, 10 times in a row, they'll stop letting you get the advantage there. So definitely having to mix up where he's going there. But yeah, this site, or this map rather, I believe we had Overtime pushing really heavily up into that garage area, so it'll be interesting to see how they play that in the second half. Looks like already sending a lot of members over towards the C side, expecting a C-long push from Lemonade Stand, but Lemonade Stand so far spread out towards A and B, keeping their options open. Starting out here, 3 Ghosts on the side of Lemonade Stand, 2 Classics. And looking quickly at the team comps, it's pretty much as we expected, and actually completely mirrored comps. We knew they were going to be pretty similar, but that is exactly similar. Overtime already with this really aggressive defensive push right up C long, getting right in the face of Lemonade Stand, so they know Lemonade Stand has to be elsewhere, and they're going to keep going forward. With that, they send Rashira back over to C site. Meanwhile, FGB opens up the action on Runner PS, gets traded out by Silence, so still a 4v4. Oh, Nitty makes it a 4v3, favoring Overtime, and Overtime holding really well on the defense so far, moving around the map. Lemonade Stand, though, did find their way onto B site. Overtime have a lot of members here to greet them, but not anymore, as Sean and Tetra get the work done. Now just 1 member of Overtime remaining, Bearcoon. He has a lot of work to do with less than a minute remaining.
Oh my gosh, Tetra. I can't believe that headshot through the blind.
Yeah,
that paranoia.
that's gross.
This is so good. I can't believe that. And another
JMO.
Ooh. Another thing I can't really believe is Root is actually playing Phoenix. And I saw in the chat earlier that Root doesn't play Killjoy at all. And the last 2 times we saw him on...
me.
Yeah. The last 2 times we saw Root on Killjoy, so he might have been hiding his true power, which
Dude was
is Phoenix.
sandbagging. Oh my goodness.
100%.
Well, definitely excited to see how that pans out. So far, it's panned out pretty well for Lemonade Stand, taking the first round. Overtime on the meanwhile, on the defending side, picked up a couple of shorties, looking to make something happen with limited equipment here. Lemonade Stand know they have the advantage, not rushing into any trouble.
Yeah, Root really likes to do that opening curveball out of the B window and hopefully get a pick through B. But both times he's been met with nobody there.
Yeah, not wanting to contest mid just yet. Not big enough guns.
And is this a free A site for Lemonade Stand to just take over?
Yeah, no one from Overtime here. I'm not really sure what they were expecting, but they do have to stay grouped here with the weaker guns in hand. But yeah, leaving A site completely open, not even having a Cypher camera there to spot out the plant. So here comes the retake. JMO will be the first to greet them. Coming around the corner is Overtime. Yeah, Sean not going to find anything with that owl.
Wait, where's that camera? Where's that Cypher camera?
Somewhere sneaky.
Is it in is it in the room with JMO?
I can't see it.
It
might be up in the rack.
Oh my gosh,
right
it's
there.
right there. So they know
it's
exactly.
right next to him. Oh, it doesn't matter. JMO is so sick. Takes out one before going down himself, but does a big damage to overtime. Allows FGB to continue the domination for Lemonade Stand. FGB, you are too nuts. Getting the 4K in round 2. That was gross from Lemonade Stand.
How could overtime allow him to do them so dirty with a 4K like that? Oh my gosh, he's 5-1 now in round 3.
JMO opens the door and FGB says, don't mind if I do, I'll walk right in, get myself a 4K, I'm on my way.
That is gorgeous. And now I'm seeing an op on each side in round 3 here.
So it begins.
Yeah, exactly.
Rashura op in hand. Not going to find anyone C-long though. We wait.
Revealing area.
We will have to remain patient for an explosive off battle here. Meanwhile, some Spectres in the hands of Lemonade Stand. Of course, a little bit of a disadvantage here in the 3rd round, but it doesn't matter. Tetra, doesn't matter what he's got, able to find a kill onto Silence. Now overtime, forced to fall back on a site and play more defensive positions as Lemonade Stand inch their way forward here rather confidently. Rashira will take up that heaven position with his op, see what he can find there. Smoked out for now. Here comes the distortion from FGB, pushing out onto site. Rashira can't see anything, but Sean, Sean sees it all, picking up the double kill. Only 2 members remaining for overtime. Rashira, though, is one of them.
I can't believe what just happened. Rashura took down JMO immediately when that smoke went down from heaven. And that was a perfect pick just to get out of there. Deny the operator from Lemonade Stand. Well, they'll probably pick it up, but still getting that huge pick onto JMO. And that's going to be a save for the rest of overtime.
Yeah, Lemonade Stand taking a big 3-0 lead here. 3 members remaining as well, so definitely a strong start for them, and you definitely have to commend them after coming off of the back of, you know, we keep talking about it, that really, really long overtime game, 34 rounds that was. To start really strongly in game 1, definitely a good sign for them.
Absolutely. So good. And so Lemonade Stand are starting strong with a 3-0, and this happened last time, and obviously we saw that PDHM Gaming were able to come back pretty strong, obviously, with 34 rounds played. And so this isn't a death knell for overtime being 3-0.
No, I've certainly seen more dire situations overcome in the game of Valorant. So
yes.
Overtime certainly nowhere near out of it, especially with an op in Rashura's hands, able to save it over from the last round. FGB, I don't know if you want to look around that corner just yet. He thinks better of it, backs away, but Rashura does the exact opposite, pushing forward with this op, wants to get as much of an advantage as he can. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, his teammates getting, or excuse me, the attacking side of Lemonade Stand moving really far forward here with Tetra. Oh, and FGB takes out Rashura. That's a huge kill for Lemonade Stand as Tetra gets one of his own. Does go down to Runner, but 3 members remaining for overtime to face Lemonade Stand's 4. Here comes the push. Oh, but Bearcun is in the perfect position to take out FGB. Now at 3v3. JMO not able to find the shot, but Sean there to back him up. Takes down Bearcun. Now a 3v2 for Lemonade Stand as they get the spike down. Oh, JMO takes down Runner, and Sean picks up Nitty on the backside for a 2nd kill. Sean's playing absolutely ridiculously so far.
Oh, yes. I mean, if you're a Sova on Haven, this is like your playground here.
No deaths from Sean right now. 5-0.
That's so good. And this is what I'm talking about. It's starting to feel like exactly what I was talking about, that overtime, some of the bottom fraggers really need to pick up their pace against Lemonade Stand because they're going to take advantage of those weaknesses and just do you so dirty.
Well, you say that, but and of course, that's certainly the case, you know, definitely to have the best chance at a successful team, but Rashura not able to find his way really into the game yet either. So neither the top side or bottom side of overtime able to get going thus far.
Oh,
Root opening up the action on Bearcun. That doesn't help overtime one bit. Not sure how he was able to find that all the way down the corridor of C-Long. Really impressive stuff. So Lemonade Stand look to maybe capitalize off this. Overtime, though, have the rotate in place. Here comes the run it back from Lemonade Stand. Root pushing his way out of sight, not finding anybody yet. Overtime, happy to lie and wait. Rashura pokes out, takes care of that. But overtime now, set in a retake position. Oh, Rashura, you are playing a dangerous game.
Dangerous game indeed. Jumping out there, trying to get as many picks as possible. Not connecting with anything just yet, and that flame wall comes up just to deny any sort of vision for the operator, and there he goes. JMO.
Oh, FGB, so reliable, and just like that, Lemonade Stand mow overtime down. That was, a really crucial round for overtime. Let's see what they have in the bank. It's not looking good, I tell you what. Runner PS picks up a Phantom. I'm not sure he's going to want to hold on to that. This would be an interesting force buy from overtime, but you have to understand the desperation at this point, down 5-0.
Yeah, are we going to see a Bucky in this round?
Might as well. I mean, like, down 5-0, you got to try something different.
Yeah, you really do. And where's he hanging out?
Get out of my way!
Oh, he's probably going to hang out.
Lemonade Stand with one of the more aggressive plays they've put forward this half, and it's going to pay off thus far. JMO with the opening kill onto Bearcun. Overtime sent scrambling. That was really fast from Lemonade Stand.
And they still have alert on the Cypher in the window.
Rashura, you're playing way too dangerously. Tries to pop himself out, but gets taken down just as fast. Tetra taking out more members of overtime. Just Runner remaining. Picks up a Phantom, but no armor. No way. Root takes him down. Lemonade Stand 6-0.
That was a harsh round for overtime. It hurts, but their economy is looking pretty okay right now. They're going to be able to do something, but Rashura, I think, is getting a little too confident in the fact that, you know, kind of rushing out and trying to get picks, but you can't do that with such a good team like Lemonade Stand.
I think it's the opposite. I think he's trying to force his way into the game. I think he sees that his scoreline's slipping away, so he's playing more aggressively, trying to find his way in, but who can tell, really, of course, apart from a psychologist, which I am not. But, Rashura gets taken down by JMO. This is the battle we said would be the crux of the game. It would all come down to this. JMO getting the advantage thus far. Silence goes down to Root, but Root goes down himself. So still a 3v3 here for overtime. And they will concede the control of A site. Spike going down for Lemonade Stand as they spread out to defend their position. FGB in a really smart position, but not gonna happen this time. Bearcun walking away from that one. Gotta say, I can't blame him. Overtime may want to save what they've got here.
Joke's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or they'll pop the ult, and Runner PS will run in, backed up by Bearcun. JMO pushing up his position, but FGB right there to greet them, takes out Bearcun to start off this retake here. Runner goes down, but JMO gets traded out. It's just Nitty remaining in this 1v2. FGB wins the Omen battle. Lemonade Stand make it 7 in a row.
This is
yeah. Icky.
exactly.
Stinky. Oh boy. And if you look at the scoreline as well, 5 or 6 of those rounds have been by elimination. Lemonade Stand just killing every single member of overtime. So it's tough to, you know, save money, save guns when you're dying all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, you know, overtime won't count them out. Nitty not counting himself out, gets a big kill onto JMO in mid there. JMO getting a little too aggressive maybe. Root trying to find someone with the ulti there, but finds no one all by himself. Sean evens up the score though, taking out Rashura, so no Jets left in this round, but Bearcun says there's an op left in this round. Takes out Sean for good measure. Overtime with a advantage, and Runner further pushes that advantage, and there goes Nitty to close out the round. There goes overtime, getting their first round on the board.
Wow, what a huge flank from overtime to absolutely destroy the round there. And I think that's probably what's going to happen in this. It's either a 2-op setup for overtime, or at least keeping the op in their hands as much as possible.
That's exactly what they had to do to like get themselves back in this game, is mix up the pace. You can't keep just like waiting back and hoping that Lemonade Stand is going to make a mistake and fall into your traps. They proving they weren't going to do that, so overtime mixed it up, got the advantage on them, momentum position-wise, got themselves around. So let's see if they can keep the momentum rolling here. Lemonade Stand undeterred, but certainly not taking any chances here. JMO taking out Rashura to start off the round, and still Rashura having a tough time getting going in this round. JMO definitely the dominant of the two Jets thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't take those same angles that you did that last team you played. Their op was not as good as JMO. JMO is a seasoned veteran on this operator, apparently, and is just taking advantage of that.
JMO is a monster. Make no doubt about it. I do not envy overtime. I would not want to be in an op duel with that guy.
No, thank you.
With $1,000 on the line. No sirree, Bob.
This is looking kind of one-sided, but that last round looked really good for overtime.
Yeah, overtime, despite losing the first pick here. Oh, have a chance to get it back, but Bearca not able to convert. And wow, JMO, you are not allowed to do that. Hits Bearca right through the smoke. So sick from him. Now with a perfect setup for Lemonade Stand on this site. Only 3 members of overtime remaining. Silence, though, keeping them in this round. But Sean putting them down, takes out Nitty on the backside. Runner PS with a great push into mid, takes out Sean. So, make that a 3v1. FGB evens up the score. Root finishes off the round for Lemonade Stand. And what was a glimmer of hope for overtime, snuffed out by the Lemonade Stand.
Wow, they tried to do the same exact thing they did last time with those crazy flanks, but Lemonade Stand immediately knew how to counter that. And they just destroyed their flankers.
Yeah, they were completely ready for it. And it's like we said, or like I said early in the round, like they weren't taking any chances, just pulled back into the safe formation. Overtime, tried to push once again, and just, Lemonade Stand said, no, not twice in a row. No way.
Yeah, and now look, you've got...
Oh, man. Runner opens up the action onto Root. That's definitely a big kill for overtime there. Certainly in a game with no sages, no reses, every death is final. No refunds.
This is pretty crazy because Rashura was top fragging with over 20 kills, like doubling that of any other player.
Yeah, he was
like
22 and 7.
Yeah.
That game we saw him in.
And now he's bottom fragging.
In one half, 22 and 7.
Yeah. And now he's bottom fragging because of the denial by JMO.
Yeah, but overtime denying Lemonade Stand a chance of winning this round. It looks like Sean trying to keep them alive, but overtime playing this one really well, pinching in on Sean there. Overtime staying alive for now. Really well played round from them.
Wow, I am aghast.
Runner PS, you gotta give him credit, leading his team through a rather dark first half here in Game 1 of the Grand Finals. Definitely doing what he can, but on the other side of the scoreboard, FGB, Sean, JMO, these guys have been going nuts. Don't know what you can do to stop them.
Yeah, they're just reading into all of these crazy flanks. They're able to win these gunfights, and it's just coming down to kind of the basics of just gun control. See, look at that!
JMO winning out one more time. Overtime has been trying to pass the off to different people, different team members, see if anybody can get the drop on JMO. The answer is no. No one gets the drop on JMO.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Silence. This could be big, but he's whiffing thus far. Some damage getting laid down there, but not enough to make anything meaningful happen. Tetra taking a fair bit of damage, but FGB takes out Runner PS, but Tetra finally falls to Silence, and Silence gets a double kill off of that equipment usage there, taking out Root. So a 3v3 for overtime as time ticks down. JMO goes down, a really important kill for overtime to get. Now a 3v2 here, they have the edge. Sean trying to get some intel, but he goes down to Rashura. Rashura getting a big op kill for himself, and Bearcone finishes out the round on FGB. Overtime with a big 11th round.
That was fantastic. They needed this round. They actually had some pretty good gunfight wins just after I said that they needed to do that, and they're doing it now. Except for that Nitty kill from JMO.
Well,
JMO swung hard, got and won the op round there. against Nitty, and that's a pretty big thing to happen there.
Yeah, I mean, JMO's just been so reliable on the op, winning against Bearcoon. He's won against Rashura, now won against Nitty in an op duel, and that's just in the first half of game 1. So overtime, got to be happy with getting around on the board here, but definitely scratching their heads at how to deal with this guy. Root, also a problem for overtime, it would seem, but Rashura keeping them in this round. 4v4 now, big kill for him. Definitely can start to see him getting the confidence under his belt with these 2 kills in the last 2 rounds.
That was a confident shot.
Yeah.
A confident shot. Rashura's getting into the groove here.
Here comes the push from Root. Let's see what he can get. Oh, big kill into silence. Root so crucial here in this round. Rashura pops the ult in response and takes out Sean. Gets 2 on Tetra. Can he find 3? Oh, JMO pops the ult of his own, but Rashura wins out on JMO in the Jet duel. Rashura says, do not count me out. I am very good at Jet. Gets the ace. Rashura is very much alive in this game.
Come on, Ashura, that's what I'm talking about. You need to get that confidence back up, and now from the bottom all the way to the top with a beautiful ace.
What a way to close out the first half from a huge statement from Rashura. Gets himself on the top end of his leaderboard. Just what a massive play. What a huge ace from Rashura. They're going to be watching that one for ages to come.
Yeah, I would love to hear the comms after that ace.
Ooh.
I'm sure it's pretty nutty right now, but they're
Rashura
gonna
says, I'm pretty good at the game, guys. Check it out.
Beautiful play.
So now Lemonade Stand, they have the lead going here in the second half, and they are on the defending side. But overtime, it was a big statement from them. And you have to say, you know, when Lemonade Stand takes big hits, how many more big hits can they take in a day that's been longer than anyone's ever had here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown? Here comes a push from overtime. Lemonade Stand quick to respond. Tetra takes him out as Root burns down Rashura. JMO takes runner PS down on the backside, and now only 2 members of overtime remaining. A quick slaughter from Lemonade Stand, staying mentally strong. Going the distance is FGB. Bearcoon trying to do what he can, but there are still 3 defenders in his way, and he only has 15 HP. Let's see if he can get the drop onto JMO. Oh, had his crosshair in the right place, but JMO too quick on the draw. Lemonade Stand take the first round of the second half in a big way.
That was such a fast rotation from Lemonade Stand to absolutely deny overtime any sort of presence on that A site and just mowed them down, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like the round was slipping away from Lemonade Stand at any point, frankly. So 2 Bulldogs now for Lemonade Stand, 3 Spectres. A Shorty going over to Bearcoon, see where he pops up at.
Rashura saving as much as possible, only has the classic.
He's got to get the op back into his hands. That's where he was finding the momentum. But Sean is finding the heads through the smoke. A big way to start out the 14th round here. Tetra trying to do the same on the other side of the map, but he's actually getting pinched in here. Members of overtime, but JMO in the perfect spot to respond. Trades out Bearcoon for his trouble, and now a 4v3 certainly favoring Lemonade Stand, who have the gun advantage as well. JMO holding firm on A site here. FGB peeking towards B, but overtime not interested in that. Moving forward on A long. Here comes Rashura, and he just gets sprayed down. JMO makes it 3. JMO makes it 4. Lemonade Stand go to 10.
JMO, what are you doing?
You're gross, JMO. That's gross. I don't like it. You're being gross. 17-7 is absolutely ridiculous. He is so hot after that last game. He just has to be so in the zone after getting however many kills. What was it? 39 kills? 39 kills. Yeah, that's a lot of practice hitting heads in the recent couple of hours.
Yeah.
So he's pretty warmed up, it would seem. So Lemonade Stand take it to double digits here, round 15, overtime with it all to do on the attacking side here. They've really got to flip the script. they want a chance of staying alive here in game 1.
This has got to hurt Rashura's confidence a little bit. He was 200 credits off from being able to buy an operator.
It hurts.
That hurts.
And he saved as much as he could.
Yeah.
Wasn't wasteful with the credits. Still unable to get his favorite weapon into his hands.
Absolutely. So this is going to be a tough round for them. They're going to have to really think this one through. They know the Owl Drone's coming out. Here it is, a full commitment onto C-Site.
Yeah, Lemonade Stand responding with the rotate here, but the push hasn't actually come through, but don't see overtime going anywhere else with less than 45 seconds remaining. Here comes the ult from Runner, runs onto site. Oh, Silence finds the kill off the back of that, but Sean responds onto Ashura. Sean responds onto Nitty. JMO takes out Silence, and it's just Runner remaining. Runner goes down. JMO slaughtering overtime. Bearcoon now, the last one remaining for overtime, stuck in garage there. What a defense from Lemonade Stand. It was so swift in response.
How is that a thing? I'm laughing so hard because JMO is so ridiculous that he's able to get those shots through his smoke just by blind firing pretty much. And
just got the sense.
These rotations from Lemonade Stand are so strong.
Yeah, it definitely was a good understanding of where they were at in terms of timing of the round. And it's like if we spot out certain amount of their members that committed to C-Site, rotate, because less than 45 seconds remaining, we got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lemonade Stand, excellent job keeping the awareness up, not dropping the pace down. I mean, what else can you say about these guys? You could go on and on because they're just doing everything perfectly at this point. JMO is absolutely the key to the match, I would say, as we said he would be early on. It was going to be either him or Ashura here. Starting out, JMO has the upper hand, but Ashura still, glimpses of brilliance for sure, undeniably. So now Lemonade Stand 2 rounds away from closing out game 1. Actually a decent push here.
This is going to be a slow round for overtime. Seems like a save round for them. Lemonade Stand are just such a good position. And Tetch, what?
Oh, wow. Bearcoon showing up in a big way for his team. May have opened the door for them here on A-Site.
They have unleashed the beast from JMO here. He is up in heaven, ready to do some big damage here. But Rashura on the opposite end has the knives out.
Whoa! JMO using the intel to the best of his advantage. Still, the spike goes down for overtime. 4 members remaining. Ult pop for Rashura. Rashura takes out JMO up in heaven. The ultimate jet play, and here comes Runner on the backside. Snipes down Sean with the Sheriff. May have gotten a gun in his hand as well. Rashura finishes off FGB as well. Overtime showing up in a big way. Rashura showing up in a big way, picking up the thrifty off the back of that jet ult. And like I said, moments of brilliance for Ashura.
Absolutely. And gets a free operator for his troubles.
Yeah, you would. You earned it, kid.
Yeah, absolutely. That was
you got
so
enough
ridiculous.
Tickets at the arcade for the op. There you go. Yeah. Congratulations. Top prize.
JMO is 20-8, though.
That makes me physically ill. That is gross.
That is so insane.
JMO is nuts. Don't ever want to queue up for a game and find him on the enemy team. I would just FF.
Yeah, absolutely.
No way.
No, thank you.
So Lemonade Stand with an aggressive push here towards C-Long, not rewarded for it in any way. Overtime favoring the A side thus far, but not as deep of a commitment as we've seen from them before. Bearcoon might get spotted out here if he's not careful.
This could be the deciding.
Oh no, buddy. Yeah, I didn't expect Sean to have that position. A really smart angle from him, not holding the direct corner where you might expect someone, kind of an off angle there. So now Lemonade Stand once again with the advantage here as overtime. Try to make it happen. Rashura tries to make it happen with the op shot there. Not finding anyone through the wall, but does get himself propped up with a nice angle here. Gets the smoke onto heaven as well. Oh, and Runner opens up the action onto Root, but goes down to Tetra. 4v3 here for Lemonade Stand. 30 seconds remaining. Oh, here comes JMO up and over the wall. Takes out Nitty with a huge snipe. These Jet ultimates have been so crucial for these teams. JMO does go down to Silence in the end. Rashura pushing up, a Tetra mows down Silence from heaven. Just Rashura remaining, and he goes down to FGB. Lemonade Stand on game point.
Wow. Wow.
I think Lemonade Stand are pretty good at Valorant.
They're okay. They're all right.
Right.
It's just a good day for them, that's all.
It's a nice spot.
I can't
They had a
believe-
good breakfast.
Oh, yes. You know, they had their shredded wheat or whatever.
Yeah, Wheaties.
Yeah, their
Yeah, yeah.
Wheaties.
3 square meals. 8 glasses of water. And yeah, Lemonade Stand showing up in a big way here in game 1. Looking to close it out here in the 18th round. Root pops his ult. Seeing what he can find here. Oh, he's gonna find Silence, but Silence wins the duel over the Ghost Phoenix there. Pushing up, trying to see if he can make something happen off the back of that. But no one going to give him any ideas.
But that's so good because he at least got some intel and knows that 2 members were there in that garage area.
Root is in such a dangerous position here if Overtime aren't careful.
Oh no!
And they weren't careful, but Rashura is so good it doesn't matter. Rashura says, where we're going, we don't need to be careful. Rashura winning out there in a situation where he maybe shouldn't have. So now Overtime with the 5v4 advantage. Time working against them, though, as the spike is far away from any sight. And they are quite spread out. Less than 40 seconds remaining now. Silence has to make a play here for Overtime if it's going to be worth it. But FGB holding a really smart angle here to greet him, and Silence not going to give him the pleasure. So Nitty pushes up C-Long in response. Here comes Overtime on the execute. Less than 25 seconds remaining. Oh, they get the first kill, do Overtime. They get the second kill as well. Now only 2 members remaining for Lemonade Stand as the spike goes down. I wonder if Lemonade Stand even contest this one. It may be wise just to give this one away to Overtime for now. Keep this situation under control, but Overtime really well played there on the delayed execute. Oh, Tetra always dangerous on the peak, but doesn't finish him off that time. Backs away.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to commit to that either. That's
No.
not something you want to.
No, he says he's probably got backup.
Yeah.
I do not. I'm out of here. So Lemonade Stand let one slip over onto Overtime, but Overtime still with a mountain to climb.
And a large mountain it is. An uphill battle for Overtime on this attacker side for Haven against Lemonade Stand, a strong team who have proven themselves worthy of being in the grand finals right now. Not to say that Overtime hasn't.
No, I mean, it's just, I would say these teams are very much of similar caliber. I wouldn't say any team, you know, either of these teams, like on any given day, would have a huge edge over the other, but just on this map, Lemonade Stand making it happen. I think coming in really hot after that semifinals win. I mean, that had to have been a big emotional drive for them. So yeah, really, really awesome stuff from Lemonade Stand. Overtime just trying to survive here. Pushing forward, his runner gets a big kill before going down to JMO.
I know exactly
4v4, JMO takes big damage after, before dashing away to the safety of A-Site. Cypher finding out the position of Lemonade Stand, so Overtime shifting on over to the C side, forcing the rotate here from Lemonade Stand. And Sean not quite looking down C-Long. He might be late to the party here if he's not careful. Sets himself up if Overtime commit here, but definitely taking their time.
My favorite thing about Lemonade Stand is their rotations. They're so fast. They're so reactive. They don't leave any time before they start reacting to what's going on. They saw the fact that that Owl drone got picked up in Garage, and they rotated down to B. And look at this. JMO might actually pick up this Cypher here.
Oh, but an even bigger. No, JMO, buddy. And looks away at the exact wrong time if you ever want it. Oh, goodness. And he goes down to Nitty. A big play from Nitty catches JMO sleeping. JMO had the biggest opportunity in the world there, unable to capitalize. So now overtime getting the spike onto site, and Bearcoon takes out FGB. And once again, the spike goes down with only 2 members of Lemonade Stand remaining.
And they're going to save again.
Oh,
they're going to save again.
Lemonade Stand. Is the adrenaline running out? I'm not calling it right now, but they have looked flat the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, overtime. Adapting to some of these plays here. Getting the picks, the right picks. Doing some...
Timing definitely on their side that round.
Yeah, absolutely. If they got picked out by JMO, I don't think they would have won that round.
No, I mean, JMO had the opportunity to just go ham there. He had the perfect angle on A short. Oh, wow.
What is this?
And such a big punish from overtime, trying to dent the economy of Lemonade Stand as best as they can. But Tetra is a monster. Kind of evens up the score, if I'm being honest, but overtime do prevent any guns from carrying over for Lemonade Stand. And Lemonade Stand, look, only $2,400 on route, less than $4,000 on every member. Not a great position to be in, albeit on game point.
Yeah, and this is a save round for Lemonade Stand. And how many rounds have they been on game point? 2? Okay, that's not too bad, but overtime are picking it up. I think the adrenaline's pumping in. They know that this is match point, and they cannot do anything.
Or die.
Yeah. They cannot be anything less than flawless.
Silence really starting to come alive in this game. He's been finding such big kills here in the later stage of the game. Rue responding onto Bearcoon, but FGB unable to get it done. So overtime maintain the advantage here. Lemonade Stand scrambling around here, weaker guns in hand. Oh, and Tetra had the Phantom in hand, but drops it on the ground as he dies to runner PS. So now just once again as the spike goes down, only 2 members remaining for Lemonade Stand. Make it 1 as Silence picks up his second kill of the round there. Oh, Sean, you are crazy with the shock darts. Takes out Nitty there, but still 3 members remaining for overtime. Rifles in hand. Oh, there goes Rashura, making it a sure thing for overtime. Overtime within 4.
At least they denied some economy on the side of overtime. And now this is a bye round for Lemonade Stand, and they're angry. They want this. They want this round. They've been on match point for too long now.
Yeah, dropping 3 rounds in a row on match point has to put a bad taste in your mouth for sure. Definitely eager to stop the bleeding, but certainly what's worrying for Lemonade Stand is if they drop this round, it's really hard for them to stop the bleeding with no money in the bank.
Absolutely. Big round from Rashura.
Rashura. He says, come on. Come on. Do it.
Do it.
Oh, JMO does it! And they both
They
whipped.
both miss!
No! No leg damage, nothing. The pressure is immense on these guys. You guys know how reliable these guys are for kills. I mean, you can just look at the stats of JMO if you want any proof, but there in that moment, it's too much for them to hit. And so here comes the XQ from overtime, the teleport almost landing the spike onto C-site, but the push has to come out the old way. Silence gets the ult kill on the Sean. And now overtime with a 4v3 advantage. Oh, Nitty goes down, but Silence evens it up here, taking the advantage for overtime, but it's taken away by Tetra, but he can't get anything done. Goes down to Silence, and runner PS takes out JMO. Lemonade Stand are broke. They can't sell any lemonade around here.
Oh my gosh, and overtime has got their number, and they are taking the stand down.
I mean, still 3 rounds away. You know, I'm not gonna get crazy yet.
Yeah.
But I am 3 rounds away from getting crazy.
Yeah.
That is the truth of it.
That's
how close we are.
Yeah. I mean, it's showing that overtime are favoring this side for sure.
Yeah, both teams for sure. Favoring the attack on Haven, which makes sense. I mean, it's so hard to defend 3 separate sites with only 5 people. Makes sense to me. It's tough numbers. Oh, JMO trying to get the pick there, but goes down to Nitty. Nitty has been finding JMO. He's had his number, actually, since JMO won that op battle early on. So good for him. Oh,
Wow.
but FGB still dangerous with the Sheriff, but sprays a bit too hard to find anything else. Runner PS takes him down. And so overtime here, gun advantage, number advantage as well. Make their way onto B side, but the spike is quite a long way away.
I actually think that Bearcoon just threw like an operator
out of the map.
Out of the map.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably didn't have anyone that wanted to use it for the rest of the round.
Yeah. And let's be honest, Sean has been... Oh, clutch!
Tetra, you are gross. Can't find any more there, but still a big kill onto Rashura. Definitely someone who you want to get the money out of their pockets.
I feel like Lemonade Stand can take this, but not with Runner
dangerous
PS in this situation.
Yeah, Runner PS gonna wipe them up there. Overtime, getting themselves onto double digits. 2 rounds away.
Wow.
This is nuts.
What a comeback from overtime. They were looking just dead in the water for a long time.
It was 12-5. They had no business being in this game.
Absolutely. And now look where they're at.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And they're
Really
5
impressive stuff
stacking.
from them.
Oh, lots of gun throwing around here. All right, how are they going to do this? Making a little bit of noise.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Running back's going to be popped by Lemonade Stand, and he's going to be out hunting. Going to try and pick up anything he can, and he misses the tripwire.
It's a tough little thing to hit.
Joke's
Yeah,
over.
it's only so
You're
big.
dead.
There's a running back from overtime. This might actually be an overtime round here.
Oh, not finds a lot of damage there and doesn't find the kill, but decent amount of info, enough to inform overtime that they might want to rotate. They do open up the C site here. Oh, Bearcoon goes down after almost taking out JMO. Rashura pushes his way on the site. Blades popped. Oh, Silence goes down. Thought it was to the knives, but it was to the bullets. JMO, though, still so dangerous. Takes out his rival Jet, but goes down to the sniper of Silence. Silence has been so sick. Doesn't save him from Tetra, though. Now Lemonade Stand with their best chance in a while to close this out. 2v1 here. Tetra, can he find Runner PS? Runner PS. Oh, Nitty. Nitty, the last member alive here for overtime, getting so greedy with that peak there. Lemonade Stand let 5 rounds in a row slip away before closing it out 13-10. Game 1 going over to Lemonade Stand.
I can't believe that match. Overtime looks so bad at the beginning, but then on the opposite side just looks so strong, reading every single play out of Lemonade Stand's book there, and denying them a lot of defenses.
I kind of feel like it might have been Lemonade Stand running out of steam a bit, or maybe not running out of steam, but letting their foot off the gas. You know, 12-5 is a pretty comfortable position to be in,
Right.
And not exactly the kind of position that, you know, lights a fire under your butt and tells you to get going. They kind of thought, all right, well, we'll just kind of close this out now and go home.
Right.
But overtime had other plans, but Lemonade Stand stick through it, pick up just enough rounds to stay alive and eventually take the win. We'll be moving on to map 2, which is Bind, which is overtime's pick. So the first pick was Lemonade Stand's pick, so they did, you know, thankfully for them, win the map that they picked. Always a good sign. Now going over to overtime's pick, but Lemonade Stand do start out on defense.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. If Lemonade Stand can get ahead on this first half, that could be good for them. That's probably exactly what they'll need, because obviously
they need the buffer.
Yeah, obviously overtime feels good on this map. It's their pick, and but then again, their defense on Haven, I can't say that, because Bind and Haven are so different with the 3 sites.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. I think what it really, again, is going to come down to, and I'm a broken record at this point, but it really comes down to JMO and Rashura.
Yep.
I mean, that was the story of the game for game 1, really, is whoever was winning out on that battle, their team was winning the rounds. That was the fact of the matter. So if JMO starts out game 2 like he started out game 1, I don't think overtime have a chance in heck at taking this one, because he was just so dominant. I mean, everywhere he went, he's picking up kills. The defense side is a really nice side for the Jet op to get set up on. He has 3 really comfortable spots for him to go with the op. 4, I mean, if you include, he can get aggressive in hookah, and I don't doubt that JMO will be willing to get aggressive in hookah from time to time. So yeah, he can go B long, he can go A mid, he can go showers. Really, this is overtime's pick, but it's going to be really tough for them to find a safe way onto a site without running into the barrel of JMO.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Bind is a really good Jet op map. It's really good. I mean, every map technically, except for Split, I'd say. Split isn't very good for opping at all, I'd say, for the most part.
On A site, kind of.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, I mean, those heavens spots.
A lot of teams that make it this far in the tournament are good enough to op on any map, but for normal people like you and I, it's quite difficult to op on Split.
Us mere mortals.
Yes, exactly. It's quite difficult to op on Split. So yeah, but no Split today. It was really popular the last few weeks, and then literally 0 Split today. So proving I have no way to predict what maps are gonna get picked moving forward. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's gonna be really difficult for overtime starting out on the attack to know where to go. They have to wait out the information to know where JMO might be set up, but as we've seen, Lemonade Stand really confident on the rotate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot of really aggressive pushes through showers or hookah with those Jet ops and everything.
Sure.
Especially towards that orb, that orb, ult orb in showers. You can get a lot of quick ops in that area because a lot of people like to lurk around there. And if you're good enough, like JMO and Rashura are, you can get a pick there. But I just saw from our director in the back that one of the players might actually be in the bathroom, so we are going to not go into a break, but it might be another minute before we jump into the match.
I can wait. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's been a long day, you gotta take a second. I get it,
Yeah.
Can't be rushing right into game 2. But again, the game revolving around the Jet meta, or the Jet battle, really, Jet meta, Jet battle. It makes it really difficult for overtime because so far they've been losing out on that battle. Rashera, glimpses of brilliance, but on the whole, just completely lost out to JMO in game 1. JMO just got off to way too strong of a start for Rashera to have a shout with and competing with him. So
yeah,
it'll be really tough for overtime, but we did see Nitty really pick it up for them towards the end of the game. He's doing a really good job letting JMO get whiff a shot or take a shot and then peeking right around the corner while he's stuck in his reload animation or his cocking the gun animation, catching him there. So Nitty started to really pick it up. So if this is overtime's pick, this is their time to show it, see what they can do. Because if Lemonade Stand can get 8 rounds in the first half, it's so hard.
Yeah.
to stop them from just getting 5 more rounds, I think would be pretty tough. Pretty tough for overtime.
Yeah, the agent picks on this one is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think we'll see Raze.
Yeah, I was just about to say, are we going to see the Raze Sage combos and a lot of smokes?
That's actually interesting. We'll see definitely the 2 Jets. We'll see the Raze. We actually might see the Killjoy get picked up by overtime once again because they did play the Killjoy on Bind earlier today. So they might revert back to that. Think she's a little more effective there. If that's how they judge it. So but yeah, I think we'll see. I don't know if we'll see the Sage. The talk around town is Sage kind of extinct.
Yeah.
Sage no longer you're no longer pressured to locker if you're the last person to pick your agent
right.
In game. So Yeah, just I think teams have kind of done the cost-benefit analysis of, yeah, she's really nice to have a heal, but you're not guaranteed to even be able to get that heal off. And meanwhile, like the intel or utility that you can get otherwise is, just that much more useful and may lead to a kill rather than planning, like picking Sage is like planning for someone to die, planning for someone to get damage, if you don't take her wall into consideration. So picking up, we've been seeing a lot of, double duelist, double sentinel. Last week we saw some triple sentinel comps with like Killjoy, Sova, Cypher. That may be overkill on the information gathering, but
yeah, we saw that on Ascent today with that triple.
Eyes
sentinel.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Well, here it is. Binds. We're moving on to this map, one of the favorite maps of the VSS. Everyone here loves Bind, apparently.
Teleporters are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Portal's a good game.
Oh yeah. I've only played like 5 minutes of Portal, and
Dude,
I'm upset with myself.
You should play with your significant other.
No
It's
left.
a great like team building exercise.
Nice.
Playing Portal 2. And it's like it's a game that's accessible by anyone. Like you can learn how to play Portal in like 30 seconds. Very, very. It's just like a cute puzzle game that really challenges you. Portal 2, excellent game. Play it if you haven't. Lemonade Stand in overtime, playing the game of grand finals here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. Lemonade Stand wasting no time getting the action started, pushing forward on A. JMO wastes no time getting his first kill, taking out Rashura there. Oh, JMO with a big second kill, using those bullets to the best of his advantage here. Trying to get the response there. Oh, overtime. Shred down Lemonade Stand, taking the first round.
And it's the same exact comp from last game. No Raze, no Sage. It's the same comp. The Phoenix, Jet, Cypher, Sova, and Omen.
No Raze.
These players just love these agents, and they're confident on them. Yeah, it's very interesting. I feel like iCarry would be kind of rolling right now, being like, hey, why not pick the Raze? Why not? But once again, we're moving away from that Sage meta. Not a lot of people like to pick her anymore. And this is a full push from Lemonade Stand onto the B side from long. With one lurker, Tetra's in A short pretty much. Lurking, waiting.
Oh, FGB. So dangerous.
Gosh.
This is such a weird push here from Lemonade Stand, just inching their way here onto B site.
Actually, the team names are wrong.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, so
I was like, wait.
overtime is attacking.
There we go. So yes. So yeah, overtime having a tough way, making their way onto site here.
Here we go, JMO finishing it off on a kill. A right click onto Nitty. And that's
Quick
2 for
2-0.
Lemonade Stand.
It's the exact same way we saw game 1 start off.
Go, we fix those team names up there. So what is the correct thing? Lemonade Stand.
Yeah,
on
Tetra
the D side.
didn't trade teams randomly.
All right.
In the middle of grand finals, thank goodness. I think that would be against some sort of rule.
Some sort of
surely.
rule.
Hopefully there's a rule against that. But yeah, Lemonade Stand starting game 2 very similarly to how they started off game 1, quite strongly. But here on the defending side, rather, Nitty.
Root is so lucky that Owl drone went out first, because I feel like if he went out first, he would have been gone. Just absolutely gone. Decimated.
Yeah, it's been interesting seeing Nitty picking up the op. Overtime showing they kind of have dual opera roles there. Both Rashira and Nitty willing to pick up the big sniper gun.
Yeah. The big boom boom gun.
The one shot, one kill, unless you shoot him in a leg.
Shock dart.
Shock dart. Into a perfect spot. Nitty picks up Root, and that's a big kill for them.
Yeah, Nitty sticking with the op here and making the most of it as well. So yeah, overtime though, still committed to this A site, even though it's certainly Lemonade Stand up to their tricks. They've only left one member over on the A site. Oh, Sean trying to save Lemonade Stand here, but nothing doing overtime with a dominant third round here and getting their first round on the board. Game 2.
Yeah, overtime's looking strong here on Bind. It's no wonder that this is their pick.
Yeah, you'd hope to, you know, not go down 5-0 on the map that you picked for sure.
Yeah.
You would hope, and overtime doing just that thus far. But JMO still playing so well, hasn't slowed down in the last 3 games now that we've seen him in. Just been playing at an absolute breakneck pace. Really, really crazy stuff from him. Just tough for the rest of his team to keep up for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the save here. Probably looking for that exit frag, but I don't
he's
think
like
that's gonna happen.
he's like, surely someone is hunting for me. He's like, I got it off. I'm a valuable target. But no, too afraid of JMO is overtime, and I can't say I blame them. But overtime get themselves on the board there with round 3. Lemonade Stand getting some buys put together here, but certainly not a lot left in the bank for them. Spectre going to the hands of Root there. But JMO's still holding on to the op, and as long as JMO's got an op, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That's absolutely true. And
He's
JMO,
so aggressive
so
there.
aggressive.
A mid, not rewarded for it this time around, but it's certainly a plausible angle to take, and he still could catch a big fish here if he waits around long enough. Meanwhile, the majority of overtime making their way over to B long. Smoked out for the time being there.
Could this be the moment?
Backs off. Yeah, I think he thinks he's going to have to rotate here soon, and he's probably right. As there is the op fire coming from B long. I think Root lands the flash there. Doesn't go. Waits a second there for the distortion. Only gets one. Gets traded out by Nitty there. So 4v4. Health looking low for Nitty, albeit. But... And Lemonade Stands force overtime off of that B site with less than 50 seconds remaining here.
That was such a smart move by the Sova on Lemonade Stand. He sends out the recon dart, flashes Rashura, but does not chase after it because he knows he's got the operator. Does not want to fight that.
Oh, Tetra. Oh,
Wow.
JMO! Oh my goodness, JMO. Coming up so big there. Lemonade Stand take the rounds, take the momentum back, take the rounds back, keep the lead. 3-1 for them. What a big round from JMO. 5-2 now, 4 rounds in.
Absolutely nutty stuff from these teams. Lemonade Stand just shows that they're so strong. They are so strong. JMO hitting some ridiculous shots. He was taken down last round, so that's going to be good for overtime. But overtime are kind of in a interesting force buy here. Runner PS with a
Yeah.
Marshall.
See what he gets done there, or gets done with that.
Cage triggered.
Peeking showers. Oh, gets the hit onto Tetra as well. That's going to be big damage.
That is big damage. Takes him down to half health.
So yeah, the Marshall working out for now. Not finding any more shots through that smoke.
Making a lot of noise, too, with an interesting spread of overtime here. Going to send the Owl Drone possibly down long.
Take flight.
Yeah, Lemonade Stand playing really far back, tucked themselves away on these sites. We're sure trying to take out that Owl Recon drone. Not able to get it done there. Overtime, no commitment here on the attacking side. Less than a minute remaining. Spike left behind. Looks like they're gearing up for the B play. 4 members of Lemonade Stand ready for it. Less than 40 seconds now. Overtime still could make a teleporter play if they wanted to. We'll see. The spike does move over to that long area. But here comes the utility. Here comes the execute. Silence picks up a big first kill onto Tetra. Silence picks up a big second kill onto FGB. Lemonade Stand getting shredded through the walls by the Hunter's Fury. Overtime moving onto site, trying to get the spike down. As time goes down, the spike will go down. Lemonade Stand, only 3 members remaining, trying to find their way back down. Root gets Nitty, but gets taken down by Rashura for it. So now only 2 members remaining for Lemonade Stand. Tough position for them. They may just try to keep JMO alive here. Sean in a really tricky position, just dodges around that op bullet. Just gonna try to stay alive for now. Backs away. Lemonade Stand now trading punches with overtime here. So overtime pick up their second round.
Wow, and what a round that was too. Some big picks with that Hunter's Fury. I can't believe the amount of picks he got with that. Technically 3, because he took out the run it back from Root as well.
And I mean, that all came from the op shot early on. Like, or not the op shot, excuse me, the Marshall shot in showers. That big damage on the Tetra, I mean, he was a big soft target for the Hunter's Fury. Lemonade Stand, or overtime with a really big play there.
Ooh, we've got a match here.
Oh yeah, both teams definitely chomping at the bit here for the win. Really, really eager stuff from them. Very back and forth.
Yeah, now a 6-6 on Bind is more of an even playing field, I feel.
Yeah, I would say it's not as heavily attack or defending sided as some maps have the potential to be. Not naming any names.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a big reveal. It reveals 4 members.
Yeah, they've got a lot of information now, trying to capitalize as Tetra finding a bit of damage. Sean forced to back away here, launching the shock darts. That's huge damage onto overtime. Overtime, all of their members brought so low, but Rashura making the most of it as Bearcoon follows up. So overtime, despite the low health bars, finding 2 kills early on as the spike goes down. Oh, almost finding 3, but FGB wins out over Runner PS. Nitty's health bar looking low as he peeks around the corner there, but he takes down Root regardless. FGB now with it all to do as JMO goes down to his rival Jet.
Oh, no.
FGB gets mowed down. 3-3 overtime, tie it up.
Wow. That was a solid hold by overtime. They, even with low health, like you said, lots of members. I think 3 members had less than 50% health.
All in the red. Yeah,
and
3 of them were all in the red.
It was looking dire, but Nitty had a huge play inside of Lamps, took out like 2 people, and that just opened up the site for them to hold and keep it for that big round win.
I was saying Nitty really came alive at the end of the last game and certainly carried that into this game. He's been really, really reliable. Love the stuff I've been seeing from Nitty here thus far in Game 2. I would say playing a big part to keep his team in it. So is Runner PS taking out JMO. JMO maybe getting a little too aggressive here on this, what is a save round for Lemonade Stand. Oh, but Tetra is in the right place at the right time. Takes down 2 members of of overtime, excuse me. Pops the Cypher for good measure, but here comes Rashura throwing knives around the corner. Almost takes Tetra down. Tetra with less than 10 HP remaining, I'd have to imagine.
And man, that was a huge deny by Rashura to deny any sort of guns, because Tetra was trying his hardest to get those guns.
Trying to pick up a rifle, couldn't do it if he wanted to escape alive. So the spike will go down for overtime despite the numbers disadvantage, but they still have bigger guns in hand. Here comes Root. Oh, here comes FGB. FGB goes down, and so does Root. Oh my goodness, Rashura and Nitty hold firm with the lowest of health bars.
Wow.
Really dicey stuff from them, but really well played from overtime. In overtime, correct me if I'm wrong, but take their first lead of the series.
Yeah, I do believe so, and that was a huge round for them. I mean, it was looking dire. It looked like Lemonade Stand was going to get a nice, thrifty round there.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't hit some of those shots, and I think one thing that they could have done was Root had the perfect opportunity to throw in his Molotov with those 3 people right outside of Lamps, but he just couldn't get it out there, and ultimately that was the round.
Absolutely. So now overtime Oh, they are so close to trouble here. Oh, Rashura gets traded out by Root there. Root goes down himself, so 4v3 here for overtime. Oh, FGB getting a big kill onto his rival Omen. 3v3 now. That was an explosive start here to this 8th round. Just one member for Lemonade Stand remaining. Tetra trying to find an angle in, but I think he's going to have to wait for the rest of his team. Spike goes down now in overtime. Comfortably fall back to a safer position, forcing Lemonade Stand to force the issue here. Oh, but Bearcoon once again not able to get it done there. Has to back away. Only 10 HP remaining, and now Lemonade Stand able to set themselves up on site here and go for the defuse. Overtime may have to push through through this smoke. Runner PS though takes out Tetra. Tetra being too aggressive there. Here comes the flash for Runner PS, goes down before he can get it started, and FGB cleans house, getting the 4K, but no time. Oh, okay. Oh. I was gonna say.
It was looking dire with that with that spike sound there.
Yeah, but I just hear the countdown and I think, oh no, it's coming. But wow, what a play from FGB and the Lemonade Stand. FGB just going monstrous to bring Lemonade Stand back to tie it up at 4.
So killer from FGB. I mean, he's made some amazing plays in the VSS before, but that was something of legend there. 4K, really quick to really solidify that round.
For sure, trying to catch someone, getting a little gutsy towards Hookah. No one playing his game this time around. But as I say that, Root thinks about it, backs away. Well played, Root.
Yeah, probably a smart decision.
Get on out of there. Overtime, backed away for now. Looks like they actually want to make an A play here. 3 members of Lemonade Stand there to greet them. Tetra posted up towards Lamp, has the camera and showers. That's not going to spot anyone this time around. JMO in the middle of the site.
Cage triggered.
Tetra with a big spray through the cage, takes out Bearcoon. Start off the round. Here comes the ult from Runner PS, but it does a nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, big damage there from Lemonade Stand, completely halting the push of overtime. There's no way they could make it through there. Rashura trying to find an angle here, but he's completely smoked out for now.
So much good utility
usage. He knows where heaven is, but that's not where the rival Opper is. That's not where JMO is.
Still
oh, JMO wins out this time around.
Some of these shots by these players are so insane. JMO's going to pick up another one onto Nitty, and Silence is going to try and get out of there, but he's going to get picked up.
Runs right into FGB.
Oh, by FGB.
Lemonade Stand reclaimed the lead.
And that was a flawless round for them, too. That's a big round. Bringing up 5-4. Very interesting. FGB, look at this, 11-4. He's the one on top now.
I was just thinking it's going to be a really tight race there for the HyperX MVP of the match. Both FGB and JMO just playing really strongly.
Deploying drone.
Deploying the drone through there, but they're all mostly stacked on A short.
Bearcoon. Maybe redemption time for him. Try to win out over this rival Cypher, but oh, wow. Oh my goodness, what a camera angle that was. Bearcoon not able to get it down. Tetra gets the drop on him right before he comes around the corner. Now here comes the push from overtime. Lemonade Stand well set up for this, and Tetra capitalizes on Nitty. Nitty goes down, only 3 members of overtime remaining, and they have no way of getting the spike down. Don't think there's any way for them to take this one.
All right, here it comes. The curveball's probably going to pop out here really soon.
Oh, Tetra picks up his 3rd kill of the round. Spike goes down as well, but Rashura takes him out. Goes down himself. FGB and Root clean it up. Lemonade Stand re-extend their lead to 2.
Oh, man.
Breathe.
Yeah. I was holding my breath that whole round, that's for sure. I wanted to see a judge kill, that's for sure.
Yeah, big headshots. I mean, we've seen so many times, even in grand finals, even if a team just has 5 judges, they're still dangerous enough to take the round. You just gotta hit 5 shots.
Yeah. And get those like really solid rotations and
Yeah,
angles.
positioning is really key.
Oh, that was speaking of positioning, it wasn't that good. He's gonna run into his fellow Phoenix there.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Who's gonna pop the run it back, send in the curveball, and,
And
go
there
hunting.
go the members of Overtime running away, but they run right into JMO.
Doesn't do any damage to the Sova. I thought he was gonna actually at least get one shot. Oh, here it comes.
Blocking sight.
Ooh, FGB goes down early, a rare death for him, but Sean does pick up revenge.
Man, this is a very interesting round. JMO's gonna pick up
JMO.
silence. And that's it.
How many times are we going to say this guy's name tonight?
Shut down.
A lot.
100 more times?
No problem.
Sounds about right. It could be
Oh.
one more. Oh, Nitty, you don't know how close you were. Oh, man, Nitty looking the wrong way. Gets taken down by Sean. Just one member now for Overtime. Bearcoon, don't think he has it in him to take this one.
Definitely not, but is he going to be able to have enough to take down Rude? He is.
Says, well, I'm still alive. Still got full health, full armor.
Full armor, too. Doesn't have to buy armor. That's nice.
But there's only 15 seconds remaining.
yeah, that's definitely...
Oh, he could get a spike plant. He's got time.
Is he going to do it?
Do it.
Oh, do it.
Go for it.
Please do it.
Yes, but he's sticking out. I think he's sticking out of the cage.
That is enough, though. That is enough.
Nice, nice. Oh my gosh, Lemonade Stand looking a bit foolish here as the spike goes down. Maybe he shouldn't have let this bear live. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So they know where he is. Ah, get out of there! Lemonade Stand eliminate any form of danger, extending their lead to 3. And now we are in the last round of the first half, and this is exactly what Lemonade Stand needed to close out game 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a valiant effort by Bearcoon for sure.
Really cleverly played.
I didn't think they would allow him to get that down, but now Lemonade Stand and Overtime sitting pretty with 4 ultimates on each side. 4 mirrored ultimates, actually.
Be funny if you see 2 jets, stab each other out of the air as 2
Hunter's Furies.
Yeah, 2 Sovas snipe each other through a wall, and 2 Cyphers look at each other.
Get out of my way.
Well, here comes the first one, but unfortunately the corresponding jet on the wrong side of the map. JMO, if you could please make your way over to Hookah and pop your ult, but FGB is there instead. Here's the crossfire ready to greet the attack from Overtime. The flash comes in. Oh, wow, what a push from Overtime.
Wow.
Perfectly executed, and now Lemonade Stand left in tatters on B side. Overtime with a clean push onto B. JMO has his knives out as well. Flashes on a sight, takes out the rival jet. Almost gets one more, but Tetra is there to back him up, gets 2 of his own before going down to Overtime. Overtime, it looked dangerous for them. They do close out that round and bring it on into the second half.
Still a huge round for Lemonade Stand. And, I mean, bringing up the numbers, that's about it.
Padding the stats.
Exactly.
Yes, this should do.
That was a very interesting tripwire. Did you see that? It was just on the ground.
Maybe it shoots upwards.
I know, it was just on, maybe it's like the ripples of the sand it got caught on.
Oh, okay. Maybe. The world may never know.
The world may never know.
Overtime here. With it all to do on defense now with the deficit, but possibly the favored site. Certainly their favored map.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting portion of this round. This could be where Overtime just show off how strong they are, but then they'll have to jump onto Ascent as the 3rd map. And that's going to be very interesting.
Oh, Root gets the action started for Lemonade Stand, takes out Nitty. Lemonade Stand keep the push going off the back of that. Reassura not in the right place at the right time as of right now. Overtime on the retake here. Lemonade Stand get themselves comfortably set up.
Look how close JMO is in lamps. Oh my gosh. Now they know he's in there. He's going to have to reload, and they're going to have to commit to this. But Root's ready. Huge.
Oh, runner goes down to start off, and there's no way in for overtime here. They just get slaughtered by Lemonade Stand. Lemonade Stand not dropping a single pistol round thus far in the grand finals.
Looking strong indeed. Only dropping one member there. Root's going to be the only one that goes down. And this is going to be a full armor buy for Lemonade Stand at least. And kind of a save round for overtime.
Yeah, it's got to be a save for sure.
I think Rashura is definitely saving up for that operator again.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much of an option, I think, at this point in the game. See if Silence can get anything done with that shorty. Didn't pay off for him. Didn't really pay off for Rashura last time around.
Slow round.
Yeah, Lemonade Stand not forcing the issue here, not wanting to fall into any traps overtime may have set up here. But overtime playing things pretty standard here. Nitty goes down to Tetra to start the round off. Runner PS has to run away here, trying to get himself into a safe spot. Meanwhile, Lemonade Stand do get the spike down. Oh, Runner PS being pretty greedy on that angle there. Gets away for now. Gets the kill on FGB. Almost finds more. JMO does eventually mow him down, but a big play from Runner PS. Make no mistake. Still only 3 members remaining for overtime. For sure having a tough time finding that shot. No way in that way. And so now just 2 members from overtime remaining. Don't see how they can get this one done. Oh, Silence gets the headshot, but not enough damage on the spray. And here comes the troops marching in, mowing down overtime, extending Lemonade Stand's lead to 4, putting them within 1 round of double digits.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw Tetra not moving there for a second. Spike is going to be left in the backside for Lemonade Stand.
Wait, should someone get that?
Going to hear some voice lines here really soon.
Maybe they just, you know, want to get it done on kills, you know, alone.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, treat it like a team deathmatch.
Yeah. All right, Nitty instantly putting down that smoke. Going to see if anyone's going to be bold enough to push through it, and there might be 2.
Yeah, the flash doesn't land there. The kills get traded out 1 for 1, but J-Mount comes out on top, getting his 2nd kill of the round, only dropping a little bit of health as well, opening up the door for Lemonade Stand here on A site. Just Rashura lurking in the corner, and no one's gonna greet him there. No one wants to go into his lair. Overtime with only 3 members to retake here. Rashura is gonna have to get aggressive if he wants to get his team a chance to win this round, but I don't see a way in for them. Lemonade Stand looking really scary on this defense. Oh, but Rashura finds the first shot, and Bearkin does get a kill, evening up the score now 2v2 here for overtime. They may be within a chance now. That's exactly how they need to start. Oh, FGB almost gets caught out with his ability there. Does lay down the distortion. Oh, backs away as well. Really smartly positioned from him. Getting himself a good angle on the spike. Sprays down 1. Can he get the 2nd? There, Sean is there to back him up. Excellent team play from Lemonade Stand. And they take their score to double digits, 10-5. And this is literally like exactly how we saw the last game start.
Yeah, exactly. And is this the moment that overtime just start blasting through their rounds?
If the prophecy is correct, then yeah, overtime now are about to go Goku mode. Just start popping off. But as of right now, it's a full A shower stack for them. I don't think they're gonna find anybody there. Bearkin a bit in the dark here as Lemonade Stand close in around him. Overtime realize their folly and rotate quickly onto B site. Luckily, before Lemonade Stand make that push.
You're dead.
So Overtime with their best possible chance to respond to this. Oh, but Tetra and FGB say otherwise, getting 2 quick kills. Nitty, though, could be so dangerous, but he's looking the wrong way. Looking the wrong way as Sean gets 2 kills. It's just Rashura and his knives. Oh, just off the mark. JMO takes him down. Lemonade Stand within 2 rounds of their first ever Valorant Sunday Showdown Grand Finals victory.
That is just absolutely nuts. They're just looking so strong and absolutely rolling over Overtime. It seems like Overtime now are the ones that are kind of letting off the gas a little bit. But once again, we'll see what happens when Lemonade Stand gets to that match point and if Overtime actually kind of puts it into overdrive.
Actually. That's really the kicker, is when Lemonade Stand gets on to 12. If they get on to 12, if they let off the gas there, we'll definitely have to see. But Lemonade Stand just looked too consistent, too well prepared here to drop these rounds to Overtime. Here comes the push. Tetra does fall victim to Rashura, but JMO gets an op kill of his own onto Nitty. But Rashura takes 2 down now. Lemonade Stand getting picked apart by Rashura. Rashura going absolutely bonkers here. Gets 3 as well. Whoa! Rashura keeping Overtime alive. Single-handedly wins that round for them. Overtime make it 11-6. Really sick stuff from them.
And there it is. Rashura gets the op in his hands and starts dominating the field.
Yeah.
And getting those crazy shots.
3 ops in the hands of Overtime for some reason.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if that's what it takes.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Exactly.
Be interesting to see if they do actually keep all of those. It looks like they're quite intent on doing so.
I think so. I think that's a
legitimate strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently. Yeah, when you're down 11-6, you know, match point, you gotta do something.
Yeah, and being on defense side, defense. I don't know why I said it like that, but
defense.
Defense side.
It's like the sign they hold at like football games, like defense.
Yeah.
Literally just a fence.
Yeah, but now Lemonade Stand knows that there's at least 2 operators on the side of Overtime.
No, that one just shot really quick.
It's a bug.
How did he do that? Overtime responding with 1 member on the rotate, but not all of them quite yet. Silence trying to find the spray down there, find some damage, but not a kill. And JMO takes him out, but goes down to Bearkin. Bearkin finding a big kill onto JMO there. 4-4 now as the spike goes down. Overtime packing themselves into the back corner. Bad flash from Root gives Bearkin the advantage. He finds his second round there in this, second kill in this round rather. And Overtime, this is their chance. Oh 2v2. Whiffs that shot. Runner pokes around with the ult, gets that excellent flash, forces Tetra off of it. The ult goes down for Runner there. It's still 2v2 here. Time working against Overtime. Tetra working against Overtime. Nitty, though, takes him out, but he has no time. There's no way. No way. Sean played it absolutely right. Took down Nitty for good measure. Lemonade Stand now on game point, on match point here in Grand Finals.
Oh my gosh. And this is it. This is for everything. This is for the win of the entire Valorant Sunday Showdown week number 19 in the favor of Lemonade Stand. If they can take this round and don't allow Overtime to step on the gas pedal.
I mean, we've seen this movie before.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see if Overtime can actually step on that gas pedal and do what they did last time. They do have an ultimate deficit here, 3-2. That was an interesting move.
No pick there.
Oh, this is going to be huge. Hunter's Fury's going to hit him once.
Doesn't find him a second time. Nitty actually gets a kill in the meantime before going down. Root follows up with a second kill, though. Now a 3v3 as Rashura finds a kill on the backside, pops his ult, goes on out to heaven to try to find a better angle. Here comes the defensive Hunter's Fury. Doesn't find any damage, though, I don't believe. So yeah, Rashura now up in heaven, has the knives, has the ops. Spike going down for Lemonade Stand. Oh, that's not a great smoke for Rashura. I don't think he can peek around there. Waits out the shock darts as well. JMO has the drop on him, sure. I think Rashura has to wait for his team, but JMO may get caught looking the wrong way. Oh, Barracuda with an excellent flick before he goes down. JMO closes out Rashura as well. Now just silence. One man in the way of Lemonade Stand. He goes down. JMO fittingly with the knives takes him down. Lemonade Stand take grand finals. GG.
Wow, what an excellent win by Lemonade Stand. Absolutely shutting down overtime there at the end, and that was just such a good game. So good.
I mean, yeah, it had everything. It was really, really close in some respects, really back and forth. But
had story, had drama, had it all.
In the end, Lemonade Stand put their foot on the gas and put on a dominating performance. Really, really impressive and stuff. And no surprise here, JMO, your HyperX MVP of the match, taking home that Cloud Core Stinger headset. Congratulations, a very well-deserved MVP. I could think of no one else more deserving than JMO.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you, JMO, and congratulations to Lemonade Stand for taking home the $700 out of that $1,000 prize pool. And GG's, honestly, to Overtime for their, I'm pretty sure this is their first time in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. So for their debut showing up here in the VSS,
64 team bracket, making it all the way to grand finals is a seriously impressive feat. In a one-day tournament, you've got to have some serious stamina to make it that far. So Overtime, a lot to be proud of. Lemonade Stand taking it that little bit extra this week. Definitely hope to see both of these teams back around next week. We had both teams from last week's grand finals, Reasonable Doubt and Second Wind. We had them here in this week, so we hope the same will be true for week 20.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are just about to head off, but don't forget to follow us here on Twitch, on our Twitter. You can hit !Twitter. If you haven't joined our Discord, go ahead and hit !Discord, and you could join that, and you could see even more news and stuff that's going on with the Valorant Sunday Showdown. And we actually debuted our new show, The Retake, with Dilly and I, and so that was really exciting. You're going to see more content from us here because we care about this scene. We care about cultivating some amazing player stories and getting you guys connected with some of these amazing players here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. And I have been Choice Plays.
I'm Dilly G.
And we will see you next week.